Hi everybody, and welcome to video 6 in our Winter Cottage series. The first thing I would like to mention is the two Facebook groups that I have, which one is Sweet Pea Papers and the other one is Junk Journal Tutorials and More. And you're going to want to drop over there after the video and check it out, or them out. You get to post your YouTube channel, not just videos, which you can do anytime. I know some groups don't allow that, but I do. You can post your YouTube videos any day of the week, and I encourage it, actually. You can post your YouTube channels on Tuesdays, your Etsy and Ko-Fi shops on Thursdays. We get freebies on Fridays from designers that are members of the group, and on Sundays we say hello to all of our new members, so be sure to say hi while you're there. So, now, we're on video 6 and we're doing page 4, which probably doesn't sound good, but we've done 2 bases, 2 sections, and the cover, except for the outside. So we've gotten quite a bit done, even though you would think video 6, page 4. Okay, so we're back here, and we're on page 4. So far, we've mangled it envelope. So I redid the acetate. We're going to put the back in, the back of the pocket in. I went ahead and cut it for a pocket, accidentally slid the envelope in the paper trimmer, so I had to go back and trim it fairly short, and went ahead and re-inked it. So we're going to put this inside, which is different than the paper I had before. And then we're going to make our card out of this, which I think will be cool. And then that will be that. So let's do this paper. Let's make sure it's open all the way. In here, I've got glue, so I'll go down just a little bit. I didn't realize it was 4 a.m. already. Time for my medicine it was, which I've already taken because I was getting ready to record. I just forgot to turn the timer off, that's all. Okay, let's see if that's the right size. Okay, I already cut this side, so that's why it's kind of sticking out. So let's make sure. Now we're going to put the other side showing, this side. Could have done it a little bit taller, actually. I was just worried about that glue where we glued it by hand. And then let's make it come over here just to make it easier on ourselves. We don't need to. But it will be something for us to glue our papers too. Now we're not going to glue this side, which is this side right here. We're going to glue the backing paper on there. I went ahead and put the magnet on because I had a feeling I would forget. So I did that during our break. So let's put the glue on this. And since we're going to slide it in, or put it in, we're going to open that puppy up from both ends and put it in. We're going to just put the glue here so that we can slide it. I'm going to put it part way across here and put it all the way across the bottom. And circle so we can slide it. We just don't want to slide it out the other side by accident. And we want to have the good side facing that way, and we're gluing it to the inside on the cut envelope side. So we want to slide it in. And in fact, we can bring it back on this side a little bit. Okay. So that looks good. Looks better than the other paper that we had. The other paper was too light blue. I didn't really like it. So now we're going to paper this side. It's paper. So this is going to be the envelope back. You wouldn't believe how many of those little squares of paper I go through. I use typing paper and I cut them in 1 by 1 inch squares to make my little notes on. Should bring that up. It'll still be the same height. Then I can draw it on here. Then just cut the width first so I don't cut off my mark. Like that. Okay, let's ink it. And then when we make the card, I usually do it off camera, so I'll show you how I do it on camera once. And I do it the same way that I determined how big to make the inside cover. Now when we put this on, we have something we can glue. We should have glued this side. Because otherwise when we glue the back paper to here, then we're not glued shut. So let's do that. Oh, for goodness sakes. Now that it's gone through the paper trimmer, it doesn't want to fold. Okay. So now we want to glue this here along this edge to seal it shut. And then we'll glue this to here. And then in doing it that way, when you open up the envelope to put the card in and out, you'll see that backing paper, I think. Okay. We have to make sure to cover that. Okay. And put this on the paper. And we'll put our magnet on. And we don't need that much to glue. So we can cut the point off. Okay, let's do the card. Now we want picture to show in there, so I'm going to do this corner. Only the moose's feet are going to show. However, it'll show on the card. So we want to cut it. I don't want to cut his feet off. But we do want the deer in the window. So let's cut it here. When I lay it on the paper trimmer, if it looks like it's going to cut the moose's back leg off, then I'll adjust it. It's going to be all right. Oh, let me cut the other one. Okay, now we want to keep this, so we'll put this in first. And we'll trim the top. See how I did. Close, except for the glue. Would have fit except for that. Alright. Don't really have much more that I can take off of here to get that deer's head in. Let's see how much we have to take off the front end. Need to cut this much off. Now I know that was in there loose. put a corner rounder to it. Okay, we have to ink it. And then I'll set it aside because I need to stencil it. I'll use one of my bigger stencils. I'll have to find something. I believe I have some pine trees that are bigger. In fact, I know I do because I just ordered them. Got them from Temu for a steal. I think I got a whole stack of them for $3. I love that store. I've been having a little bit of delivery issues. I will admit that. The post office is the one that's the culprit, though, not Temu. They sent it out on time. It arrives at the post office, main office, close to wherever they're at. Makes it all the way down to my post office, and then it disappears. It shows delivered, but I never get it. So Temu has to give me a credit, which they do. And then I have to order everything again, which I do. Sometimes I'll order different things. Occasionally, a week later, the package will show up. I feel bad for that, but there's nothing I can do, because they tell you to keep it if it does show up, and not send it all back, which I would have done, but it's already been marked in their system as a lost package, so you can't go back in and change it. You know what I mean? So goodness. I do both sides in case I fold it incorrectly and both sides show. Try not to do that. I try to catch it if I've done it. See, like this side's a little bit off, even though it looks fine on the other side. So we'll put this in the center. I think that's going to be just above deer's antlers. You only need to put it on the actual tab part on the other side, because that's the only part sticking to the card. You put it on all of it here, and that's what sticks the tab part together. So I am going to put it just above his antlers, even though I believe, well, no, that is the center. I'm pretty darn close to it. But see, there's a teeny tiny bit there that shows. Could put it down that far. I don't normally, but I could. And then we'll let it dry and we'll ink the back. And on page 5, we've got that giant, well, not giant, but really, really long pre-made pocket. I'm going to try to use some of the pre-made stuff a little bit more than what I normally do. I usually end up with too much ephemera. So then that'll be like that in there. I'll put this in the stencil pile. It's getting rather large. There's one. And here's stack number 2. Look how many are in there. I think there's 10. There's at least 8. This first one I probably won't use, but these I probably will. In fact, I'll probably use one of these because they're narrower on that card versus one of these other 2. Come on. So I need to put a T on these for Temu. I'll put one on each one. That way if I need to reorder or something happens, or maybe I want to order a set as a gift for someone. Sometimes I buy things from Temu and put them in the grab bags when you win at one of my contests or giveaways, like this month's grab bag. Nope, we're not having one this month, I don't think. Maybe in the line dot arrow one, but not this particular one. Let's go ahead and now what was I gonna do for the paper? I was going to do something on this paper, but I don't remember what it was. Wait a minute. Oh, the pocket. No, that's page 5. Yep, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to take some of the tabs out from earlier in this section and stencil them as well. So I'll get all that done before video 7. I don't want to have to carry it over to the next section. We have to put our magnet back here. Let me make sure that's hooked to the envelope one. Okay, so this is page 4. And then I'll do some ephemera up there. See what we've got. Again, I think I made these too small. Put that there. With some stuff behind it. Rabbits. We could do that. Oh, there's a pine tree. We could do a pine tree back there. So I'll put that on there. A little scenery. I'll ink it and put that on there. I will stencil the backs of these cards, and then this is what we were going to do on page 4. And we realized what we were going to do. I'm going to take some acetate. I'm going to run it across here. And then we're going to cut it at an angle. So we need to cut it here for the width. And I want to cut it about here for the angle. Let's see if that works for what I want it to work for. Where's the dot? A little tricky to get this lined up. Okay, and this is going to go across this corner. How did that end up at a point? I didn't want a point. This is what I wanted. Oh, yeah, because I cut the wrong way. Okay. So I had it measured correctly. I just needed to make 2 cuts. I need to cut that just a smidge shorter because of the black dot. Okay, we're going to glue that on. It's okay that it covers the birds. The bird, let's see, if we do it down here. I really wanted to make an uptuck. And then we're going to take these. Let's see how it looks. See, I like that one that way. I like this one this way, but it says Christmas. That's all right. December's Christmas. However, I don't know. Well, at least it doesn't have presents in it. A sleigh. They use that in the winter. No matter what. It had some deer in front of it, that would be different. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to take this, and then I just want to tuck these behind like this. Oh, that is so not going to work. Okay, it will work like that if we mess with it a little bit. I just didn't want them to be together, but I forgot how long they were. If we have to, we can do them vertically. You know, we can do them this way. I think I'm probably going to make that the front one. Have them step up and over. So that they're not exactly lined up. So I think that will probably work. So let's glue this on. That one I did have to flip over because of the way it goes on the page. If we'd have just I'm going to leave that open as a tuck, just in case we need it to be. And give us that little extra openness. Yeah, see, that's going to work. And since it's a tuck, we can get it in there. Oh, except for it's going to stick out. We do need to glue this. Okay, we'll wait for that to dry. And of course I will stencil the insides of these. Put them in the stencil pile. Ink those. Okay, so that's what I'll do for that. If I had a bird ephemera, I would put it up there, but I don't, that I know of. But I do have a pine cone stencil, and I may be able to do that up there. Let's see. I got it out. Let's see how big it is. That would fit. Then I would have to get out the vintage photo. Okay, so we're going to get out the pine green. I needed colors that were darker than that blue. So if we go for the real colors, then that will make it all right. Open the vintage photo. Do the pine cones with that. A little bit of a red left on there. There we go. That looks nice. I think that looks nice up there. And the bunny's looking up at the tree. Okay. So we're going to do stencils like that on these. Well, actually these are too dark to stencil unless I do trees with that dark green. Where's the, oh, I put it back. Okay, let's go on to page 5. Already got a little pile of stuff for Terry to do, huh? Okay. This is going to be simple. I've inked this. I'm going to cut the tabs off of this. And cut these tabs off. This is the pre-made card for here. So we're going to use the card for in there. I'm thinking I might add a couple more. We can slide this in so that it shows. It looks like I traced it to get it to cut out. That'll leave the ink on. The pencil eraser's not going to take the ink off. It just takes the pencil off. Which it did have pencil on there. That looks a lot better. And I think this does too. I'll hit it with the eraser just in case. It's pretty light. So now we're just going to ink it and then put it on here. So now we've used 3 colors of ink. We've used Stormy Sky. We've used Rustic Wilderness. We're going to use some more of that on the stencils. We've used, what do you call it? Vintage Photo to do the pine cones. And we'll do some more of that, I'm sure. I go back to stencil. Oops. Crash bang. Okay. Then, yeah, I inked that already. So let's just glue this on here. So I'm trying to make the pocket as large as I can. I'm going to put it inside the blue. Okay. I should be able to stick this in here with no problem. Look at that, it's too tall. And let's re-ink the top. I think I inked the back of this, but let's do it again and see it better. Then I think instead of looks like there's a little bit of a white area right there. Let's see if we can cover that with ink. Okay, we'll put this here. The pine needles kind of sticking out. Then I think we'll take, we've got all these cards down here. I'm going to have to ink them, of course. That will stair step those out like so. So I think I'll do that. So I'm not going to ink these on camera, so something else to do. I'll glue this on and we'll be done for this video. We'll have done 4 and 5, finished 4 and 5. Sorry we took so long on page 4. Such a simple page that I've done a million times, and a million and one time it just didn't want to work. We had problems with the window, we had problems with the acetate, we had a little bit of trouble getting the paper in the back. Just ridiculous. That's what I say. Okay. We'll line this page up with this one on the bottom. That means it'll line up at the top. I like that against this. I think that looks good. So we will put the other 2 cards in when I get done inking them. We'll put this big card in when I get done stenciling it. Then we'll put the 3 manila folders, or the 3 little fake folders in. If the green is dark enough, I could get the 1 shade darker green. There is one that I have. So I could try that, and then we'd be at 4 colors. So I think I have like some sort of a darker moss green of some sort, if I remember correctly. And I can try that to put stenciled trees in there. I'm gonna glue this on top of this. I'm gonna ink it first. Then when these 2 go in the page before, in those 2 pockets, and then this one goes in this long pocket now that it's dry, and oh, it's stencil on the back. So these are all stenciling, and these 2 are inking. Okay, alright, so that's going to be it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you, sorry, and a day for me. Okay, alrighty, bye bye.